say live yet. I guess I'm live. Didn't give me a chance to get set up and even look at it. Must have slapped it when I was doing something. Okay, anyway, let's get this show on the road. Let's just road on the show. See if I can get it a little bit more balanced now. Sorry for the askew, a bit askew. So what's new? It's askew. What's new with you? Ooh, wow. You know, I gotta say, for all the years I've put in as a Christian, 40 years now, well, longer than that, 1973. "51 years, I mean, the Lord has never ceased to amaze me, but I'm just been blown away. My hair's been blown off, see? It's been blown away in the wind. No, Father's working so many things right now, it's just amazing. So anyway, I was going to say a few words about if you're a chosen one, look that up. I mean, you don't need to. If you've been online, you know that you've been hit with it, I'm sure. I don't have to tell you. But I'm telling you what, there's so many of those messages, prophecies, whatever you want to call them, and I'm going to try to speak slower and enunciate better. And the AC's going, I'll go turn that off. I can't pause it, so hang on. There we go. Now you can hear me better if I slow down my pace and enunciate. That's my words better. Every day I've been reading the Bible. There's nobody around, so I read it out loud, and that's been good practice for me to speak better and enunciate my words, because I get this talking fast and I'm slurring my words, and I know that's partially because of the stroke, and strokes plural and heart attacks plural. So strokes mainly, though. Anyway, I can do better than I have been, and I'll try to do better. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, so, wow, what Father's been doing is just, like I said, blow my hair back. No. I don't know how long I'm going to be here at this location. I believe I'm going to be moving, and it's going to be very soon. So I just want to, every night, if I can, I'm going to do a video each night just to try to get something out that'll help out people out there or across the world, around the world, across the country and around the world. I know there's people listening to me around the world because I've been in contact with them over the years. Amazing, just amazing stuff. I mean, oh, glory to the Heavenly Father, I'm telling you. Get Jerry out of the way. Get Jerry out of, I was told that many months ago. Get Jerry out of the picture. How can I do that? I have Jerry Diamond. How to get out of Babylon? Nah. He's dead. He died. He's been reborn. If any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. I love the one, "Behold, I make all things new." And I've talked to a woman one time, and she I don't know what she'd been through, but a friend of mine, quote unquote friend of mine, a Torah observant, shall we say, he looked down on her like she was a piece of street rubbish, and he said, "You can never be a material for a husband or for a man." She was trash. She was disdained. She was damaged goods. She would never be any good. And I was like, "Behold, God, Father says, I make all things new." He can, give you a husband, no problem. So look at all the damaged goods in the scriptures. I mean, Ruth. I just was reading. I'm reading a book, The Portent. Okay, if you have not read or not familiar with Dr. Michael Heiser, get familiar with him. I'm telling you what. The Facade is the first one I read, and I started reading this online. I'd like to read it online, but it is an amazing book. It's about end times and about prophecy and about Noah's flood and the giants and Nephilim. That's the main thing about Nephilim. Okay, and The Portent is I didn't know he had a trilogy. He's got 3 books. I mean, I was like, oh, sheesh. I'm gonna do one video on this, and I'll do the water one later. Sorry. All right, shut up on this and do water. Yeah, this is already queued up for water, so I'm going to do that. I'll just do water. If anybody's chiming in, wants to say anything, do that so I know who's on. You want to say hi. Live chat. Nobody up? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do water then. I'll come back to that topic later. Has to do with water anyway, because Noah's flood. What happened to Noah's flood? Water. Where'd it come from? Gee, I don't know. What contained it? Gee, I don't know. Those are good questions for you people that believe funny things about the world. Unbelievable things about the world. Anyway, where did the water come from, and how did it flood the whole earth? If you believe it flooded the whole earth, how did that happen? That was the question. Scientifically, I'm like, Mount Everest is 30,000 feet high. If you were to cover Mount Everest, they'd have to cover. If you covered everything on Earth, like including Mount Everest, that'd have to be crazy high. I mean, just insanely impossible. Hey, I grew up believing in evolution. Okay, I was a scientist. I was a scientist at heart, not a real scientist, not a true scientist, but a scientist, science-minded. I worshipped Carl Sagan, worshipped evolution. I didn't think evolution was a crock of BS until I started dating my wife. I was like, evolution's a joke. I'm like, what are you? No, are you crazy? Are you stupid? Evolution's true. I finally kind of came to grips with the reality of it. But same thing with the Earth. Someday you'll get to come to grips with reality. With God. Anyway, okay, let's do water. So I wanted to do things that I've spent a lot of money over the years. I mean, a lot of money on devices, and I'll show you one right here. I don't have this queued up on the description. I have links for 2 of these devices, not for this one. This is a hydrogen device. This one makes hydrogen. I'm doing structured water tonight. I'll do hydrogen tomorrow. But come on, get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Hold on, we have a glitch in the matrix. Get out of there. All right, where's the other one? I got 2 of these here. Where is the other one? My foot's on it, okay. So, magnetic thingy bobbers. Magnetically charged, waterproof. You can drop this in a bucket of water and it will not short it out. So this is a really good kind. And water is life. Look that up. Look up the website. Listen to some of this woman's videos. Isabel Friend. She is one of the most articulate, fastest talking, clearest spoken people on earth. I mean, she can talk on water a mile a minute. I can understand every word she says. Normally I have to, pause it and rewind and, have the captioning up and have the transcript up both, to understand some people. Her crystal clear, perfectly clear, and mile a minute. But she's got a lot of things to say about water, believe me. Waterislife.com, waterislife.love, or so, yeah, waterislife.love, I think is her website. She does a lot of things on water. She has water devices, water structuring devices, water balancing devices, water hydrogen device. In fact, she sells one. That's why I bought this one, because it's hers, basically. Not quite, but it is hers. And it's got a, you can see the charging. It's all charged up. Pull this off. Boom. It's not, what do you call it? It's not flashing, so it's all charged up, ready to go. And so I have, I love those magnetic things because right now I can pop it off of there, rip it off, and hold it to my phone. Phone's charging. There you go. I won't run out of battery while I'm talking in case, because sometimes that happens. Okay, slow down. Yeah, I'm so excited. My brain gets going faster than my mouth can handle. Take a minute here and just recoup my brain, and I've been excited about a lot of things, so pardon the excitement. Pardon the rubbish, the remodeling rubbish. That's basically what we're doing. I mean, I felt good enough today. I listened to a video on gut health. Dr. whatever his name is. Oh, I should know it. Not Ed Wheat. He wrote the book on wheat belly, which my wife read, and that changed our life. No more wheat, no more wheat, no more wheat. It's poison. And this guy basically, he's the one that wrote the book, so yeah, he believes that. But he has a book on a super gut. And you can change your whole body in 4 weeks by eating differently. And he talked about eating things that would, kimchi and sauerkraut, have rebuild your gut health. Well, I have a lot of kimchi and I love it, so many people said, well, what do you eat for protein? I was like, I got some miso, that's protein, that's fermented. He said, he mentioned sauerkraut and kimchi, so I had miso. So miso is fermented soybeans, so I put a big, huge chunk of that, and a big plate of sauerkraut, and a can of black beans with jalapeno spicing. And I had that, and I felt good enough. So I went out and actually weed whacked. It wasn't real hot, it wasn't bad, but it was during daylight. No, I wouldn't even start until after the sun goes down. But I went out and weed whacked, not in the heat, like I said, not terribly hot, but it was hot, and I felt fine. I feel good still. So yeah, I'm having another plate of it here soon. I got distracted. Sorry for whoever was waiting all the time. I'm old. I'm elderly. I got distracted. I got a couple of things. I wanted to fix the shower up, and took a shower while I had it fixed up. And I was like, I'm hungry. I'm going to get something to eat. That was really good. I'm going to have more of that. So I did that, and then I was like, oh, I have this thing set for 5:55 or whatever it was, 6 o'clock. Well, I better, because I had it set for 8, and I thought, I saw one person waiting, so I thought, well, I got to take care of that person. So I bumped it up to 5 or 6, whatever it was. And so I finally remember, oh, yeah. So I made it for 7-ish. So I don't know what time it is, but I'm on. Okay, so wheat belly, super gut, enzymes. Oh my gosh, very good stuff. So he sells a yogurt stuff. I'm like, why don't you do kefir? Right now, kefir is better. I mean, clotted milk. Best Buy, $7.21.24. It's sitting on the floor. Kefir. Seafood. Clotted milk. Whatever. The other one back here was in January. So, oh, here it is. People, you want to know how to survive what's coming? You better get fermented foods. Number one, you increase your microbiotics by 4,000 times. You get a yogurt maker, put some stuff in there, and you never have to make it again. You never have to get. That's what got me going on this stuff. Kefir. Everybody's like redoing it, taking the crystals out. I'm like, why? So I got 4 jars, 4 quart jars. Put kefir in it. Just add milk once a week. Drink about half of it out and put more milk in. Shake it up. It worked. One, 2, 24, January. It's sitting on the floor. It's January, okay? I'll smell it first. Like it's got bugs in it or something. I'm not going to drink this one because it looks ugly. It doesn't smell bad. I would drink it, but it filtered the gnat. I don't know how the gnats got into it. I think there must be a break in the plastic, or it must have had open for a while. I don't know. It doesn't make any difference. I'm not going to drink it. Okay, I won't gross you out that bad. Oh, that guy's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm very sane. I get onto elemental. Talk about this over and over again. Elemental things, very basic things. And one of the basic things is with fermented foods, you don't have to refrigerate them. That's been sitting there for January, okay? And my kimchi, probably January too. I mean, now that I put some other stuff in this, I put some spices in it, some cayenne and togarashi shichimi, a Japanese spice with lemon stuff in it. And it kind of changed a little bit. It's not bad. I mean, it smells good and everything. I've been eating it. I'm going to finish it off tonight. And then that's how I'm going to totally finish that off. I had some of the other stuff, some fresher stuff, but that I'm going to finish off tonight. Eat it all. And then miso, big glob of miso over there. Looks like paste. It'd be paste. It's a big glob of paste. That's my protein. So I'm going to eat that and black beans and call it good. Okay, so. Hallelujah. Work for God. The retirement is great. I love this shirt. I tried to get it in the thumbnail. Work for God. The retirement is great. Retirement benefits are great. Retirement benefits are great. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's so true. So true. I've been doing that since I was saved in 1973. There's been 3 times in my life when I felt like my heart was breaking and I was crying my heart just great sorrow, crying my heart out. One was out of just the sorrow of knowing that, Jesus died for me. I was watching the movie on Easter Sunday, The King of Kings, and when it came to the scenario of Barabbas, who shall I release to you, this man or Barabbas? And everybody shouted, Barabbas, Barabbas. And I remember, never forget the stunned look. Barabbas had a vertical striped cloak on, and the stunned look on his face as he looked at Jesus, and knowing that Jesus had not done anything wrong, and he was a murderer and thief and everything. And his look on, just shook on his face, and I was just like, I'm Barabbas. He died for me. I'm Barabbas. I'm the guilty one. And I just broke down, started crying. I was sitting at my girlfriend's house, and that didn't go over well. That ended up the relationship. So. And then in 2000, I had my vision, which was a vision of I was moved the same way, just even deeper, because what moved me on my during the time of my vision was it was in the year 2000 at dormitory. In the dormitory, then went down to see my wife. She was waiting for a mother to give birth, and I was sitting up in bed about 3 o'clock in the morning. We just had made love, and 3 o'clock in the morning, and my eyes were wide open. I'm sitting up like this, and all of a sudden I see, Technicolor, this couple coming through the woods, each holding a little boy and girl's hand, and they were homeless. I knew they were homeless. I knew they were refugees. I knew they had walked out of the city, and they were just showing up where I was, and we had just finished building an underground home, or not just finished, but there was an underground home to my right, and they curled around and saw it. There was a welcome mat. If they had gone to their left, they would have. Oh, there's a drop here. There's a door there. There's a welcome mat down there. It says welcome. That's weird. Let's go around and see what's going on here. Well, they opened the door, and on the side of the door, it said there was a sign saying, "If you found this house, it's yours." Well, it was on the outside of the door. Let's say it's on the outside. If you found this house and it's empty, it's yours. We built it for you. Welcome. And I'll tell you what, I had such a feeling of love, the love of heaven. And it just overwhelmed me sometimes when I'm trying to just tell a story, but I cried for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, just chest heaving, gut wrenching sobs. And my wife was, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Same thing as with my girlfriend. "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I couldn't talk. Either time I couldn't talk. I was just so stunned by the beauty and the majesty of the love that was there. And then the third time was in 2001 during the movie Fellowship of the Ring. "This Is My Father's World" was the theme song. Frodo's theme was "This Is My Father's World." Listen to it. Go back and listen to that movie. Anyway, I had an angelic message there. The whole movie was an angelic message to me. It was a message that my son was going to leave me. My oldest son was going to leave. And I didn't know it meant prodigal son, become a prodigal and just go away from me, my teachings, everything, just totally abandon everything I believed in. But that's what happened. Although it was just he left physically first, and then spiritually and mentally and everything else. Anyway, but I cried during that because I felt like my heart was being torn out of my chest, knowing I was going to lose him. So he's going to be taken from me, however you want to phrase it. I mean, the whole movie, I was just feeling that from the Spirit, and I was just crying my heart out. My wife was just like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" Same old thing, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" So those kind of experiences don't go over well with somebody who doesn't understand what's going on. So anyway, those are 3 top very moving experiences in my life. Now you know a little bit more about me. So one of the things that I teach that I want people to get across, I call them directives for the Ozark Project. They're just common sense things. Everybody should understand this. It should be everybody's heart and mind. Same thing. Leave a place better than you found it. Leave a place better than you found it. And that's what I'm doing here. I may not be here very long, but as long as I'm here, I'm going to try to improve it. And that means, cleaning up outside and no more buckets of human manure out there attracting bugs and nasty little mosquitoes that, anyway, that's hopefully not going to be around. I don't do that. I burn it. Missouri's got a lot of rock in it. You get tired of digging holes, so a lot easier to burn it. Plenty of wood around. Dead wood everywhere. Dead standing wood everywhere. I felled a tree with a silky saw at my hand. I loved it. So fun. I always wanted to do it, and I did it. I dropped it about 1 foot diameter, not too big, but it worked. I knew I could do it, and I did it. So I'll never do it again because then you got to limit and dice it up. the trunk's still out there. I haven't diced that up yet. One day I will. I got all the branches cleaned up. Anyway, shut up. Okay. Water. Okay. Hydrogen bottle. Waterproof. Get that one. Water is life. See, I saw that on her website, and it was $100. I thought, man, that's a good price for it. Because you buy a device like these, and here's another one. Rechargeable. What happens if you get wet? What happens to the little thingy? First hydrogen bottle I bought, I ruined it. It was a mixer or something, you know, gets water in there, fried, gone. One drop, gone. So I don't like that idea. But this one here, this is a Vortex. Okay. Talk about a way to structure water, huh? That's why I got it. Moving water structures in a vortex structure. Because this is kind of a vortex of sorts. I'll explain what a vortex is. It's not really a true vortex. Because vortex goes two directions at the same time. So this should have water going clockwise and counterclockwise if it's a true vortex. And it's not. It might be, I don't know. Might get that. You put enough salt or good sea salt or MSM, methyl sulfonomethane, MSM in there, it might do it. Because I watched a guy do a bottle just by hand and get it vortexing, get it spinning. And I watched the bolt of light go down to the bottom and back up. He vortexed on it. He said he was used to doing it. He was just doing this just with this by hand. You got to have enough MSM in it to do it. Wow, I never have been able to do it, but the tornado tubes will do that. Well, theoretically, they'll make a tornado, but I've never seen them do a bolt, electrical shock. But a true vortex will create electricity. The human heart is a vortex. It's pumping two directions at the same time, and it actually generates electricity. So, impressive. Put these in a pop bottle, water bottle, you know, and you can get a vortexing going. Tornado, anyway. Okay, so this thing is pretty impressive. But here, I haven't ever got it wet because can't get it wet. Take this off. I mean, don't forget that. And even that, it has a pretty good seal on it. Wow, I broke this and broke it. Gotta stop doing that. Wow. One more, that could damage that thing for good. What is going on? It's got a crack out of it, darn it. One more, I could get up into the and I have dropped it. Can you see it? Chunk out of it there. Doesn't damage it. But, you know, this thing is impressive, I'll tell you. When it's charging, it'll be running, you know, blue lights around it. Come on. I absolutely love it. And it's good for doing shakes. You know, I'll do what do you call it stuff? Epsom salts. I'll do a diatomaceous earth in it and drink it down. So, yeah. Oh. I don't keep the magnet thing in there because I don't want it to get wet. I don't want to forget about it, but got one around here somewhere. That's not it. Nope. It's in that thing. No, it's in something else. Oh. Mad Scientist Laboratory, I'll tell you what. EMS, electrical muscle stimulator. Really good thing to have around. Your calves are your second heart. Let me repeat that. Your calves are your second heart. Your calf muscles are your second heart. They actually pump blood to your heart. They take a lot of the stress off your heart, put it that way, something like that. But they're called the second heart. I didn't know that. I just found that out this last week, so I started doing more. So watch this. It's plugged in so it won't continue to go, but yeah. And actually, see, it's only about a third of the way around. It'll work its way around, then it's fully charged up, so I'm going to let that charge up. I think my phone's fine. So, that one, Vortex, I got the link is in the description. And then another one I got, for the same reason, Vortexing. Because I watched the guy put a big glove of peanut butter and do his protein shake. And this thing is swiveled or fluted, see that? So when you're going on the up, when you shake it, when you lift, you go like this, vertical, loop, up and down. Okay. On the way up, it's going clockwise. Once on the way down, it's going counterclockwise. So it's forcing the liquid to go up and down. He put a big giant tablespoon of peanut butter in there, and it mixed it up. So that's pretty impressive. I wouldn't think that could happen. I haven't done it. I take a lot of. He was look like he's in really good shape, not better than me, and he was going up and down. I might try it someday, but I'm not. I don't do peanut butter in my shake anyway, so probably won't. I might not. I'll try it just to try it. Yeah, I've got some kind of peanut butter sorts over there, walnut, some organic stuff. I'll do that. Yeah, I try to avoid peanut butter because it's not really good for you. Okay, that is in the description too. I think that's all I got in there. I'll try to put that hydrogen bottle in there because that's very important. Hydrogen is so important, people. Water is so important. Now listen. Let me tell you something. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Hydrogen is important. And this is so weird. You know, I've been very sensitive now. I've been trying to be very, very careful about doing any videos, you know. And I don't want to do them unless the Lord really wants me to do them. And so I didn't do anything for a long time. I just was studying, reading, and just listening to the Lord and praying every day and reading the Bible and just getting retuned, you know, getting back on the same page with my Lord. And so, but I was watching a video with my tablet, and I had a little butt cushion here that I use as a table when I'm eating and doing stuff. So I had the tablet here, my left hand was on, kind of resting on my phone. All of a sudden the phone, and I was studying water. Should I talk about water? And all of a sudden my phone was like, I started talking, and I'm like, what the heck? I looked down at it, and I see the guy has a big bag, and he slides it up, and it says, all across it says water. What they were water lilies or something like that. They were seven petal lotus flowers, and they put up this beautiful hyacinth or something like that. They put off this beautiful fragrance, and you can grow them in anything, and you never have to. They'll reproduce themselves. So I thought, well, that's something I'd like to have around. You know, flowers are probably good to eat, very healthy. So I've got some of them growing. I'll show them next time I get on here if they grow. I got some in a little container up there, and I got some in a big cup over there, so I'm gonna see how they do. They just came today. Wow. But that was like, to me, confirmation. You know, my life has not been like, Jerry, go build me an ark. You know, what's an ark? What's gonna rain? What's rain? You know, no, I just haven't had that kind of experience. I mean, the Lord has talked to me, spoke to me one time at a church, and I was sitting there back there just vegging out, waiting for the end of the world to come and listen to good preaching the whole time. It's like, this might as well have been out loud. You don't fit in here. You never did, and you never will. You need to go toward Bolivar and start a new work. Okay. I've kind of done that with my YouTube channel. I was here. So anyway, I have had that kind of experience where, no question. I mean, to me, God speaking. It couldn't have been an accident. It couldn't have been my mind. It couldn't have been a, evil source. It was the Lord. So, hallelujah. Just so excited about what he's doing. For anybody out there that's been going through hard times for a long time, I understand you. I've been through the same. I've been through hell and back, basically. So many words. a lot of stress, a lot of hassle, a lot of pain, a lot of expenses, a lot of sorrows, a lot of heartaches for years now. I had a lot of good times, but in the last 8 years, it's been very difficult because of divorce and being homeless and whatnot, being away from my children and being alienated from my children and grandchildren. One of my granddaughters getting married this summer. I'm not going to be invited. Not invited to the wedding. Wasn't invited to my first granddaughter's wedding. My oldest granddaughter was married. Was not invited to the wedding. And someday I'm hoping, praying for healing there, for healing in my family, and I believe that's going to happen. And it may be that the Jezebel spirit's finally taken to task by Father. One time on the way home from the church I'd been taking my family to, I drove 3 hours every Saturday, every Sabbath to take my family to church. 3 hours. I drove it 3 hours there, 3 hours back. A lot of driving. Some days we stayed. Sometimes we spent the night and I came back the next day, but still 6 hours of driving to get my family to church. And one time on the way home, we were listening to it was either Chuck Swindoll or Chucky or Charles Swindoll. who's the other guy that kind of sounded? Can't ever tell them apart. Family, James Dobson. James Dobson or Chuck Swindoll. I think it was Chuck Swindoll, but I'm not positive. The message was on raising daughters, and the whole thing was about Jezebel. I don't know why, but a daughter will always grow up to be like her mother. And if the mother has a Jezebel spirit, the daughter's going to have a Jezebel spirit. Well, I was like, wow. It was hitting home on every single point. It was just, everybody else in the car probably just ignored it, but including my wife. But anyway, point is that what he came to, he says that there's only one way to deal with a Jezebel spirit. Only one way what's going to happen, and that is catastrophic divine intervention. You got to have a Jehu that runs her up against the wall, shreds her body. The dogs eat everything except her hand, her head, her feet, and the palms of her hands. So one guy told me Jezebel's still alive today. I've seen her. He'd seen her. But she still has her palms of her hand to hit people. Her feet, she can still move around, and she still has her brain, the mind, the head is still there. And it's one of the most evil, one of the most powerful, one of the most intelligent spirits you're ever going to run across. Don't run across it if you can help it. But if you do, be very careful. So, not much you can do about it. I believe someday God's going to deal with it. It's going to take it down. So anyway, that's my hallelujah. Covered water. Might shut this one down and then do the facade. As I started talking about that, I might as well finish it. Anybody here? Anybody saying anything? Nobody? Nothing? A lot of chat? Nobody? Huh. 3 people. Hi. No thumbs up. Nobody. No, I guess everybody's bored to tears, so I'm just wasting my time. No, it'll get out there. Yara Yahoo. Hey. Yahoo. Shalom, brother or sister. Yeah. Thank you for chiming in. So yeah, those are the things that I just kind of were on my heart tonight. I want to get things out there about water, things that I have found. I mean, I've spent all this time and money, examining things, figuring them out, figuring this one works, this one don't work. And the other thing I showed you the other day was these filter-related devices. Phenomenal. Now I showed you the newer one. It's around here somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. But this is like what I call the 2.0, and this unscrews. I don't want to do that. Get water on me. I didn't show you this the other day, but I said it comes off. But this unscrews. That thing comes out. This is full of beads and water a little bit. Got a silicone boot there, a little bonnet. You can take that off. It's very hard to get it back on. I did it though, because that's brand new beads. I have the other one over here. Showed you the other day. Copper's good to drink water out of. Helps your arteries be more flexible. Prevents embolisms. It makes them more stretchable. Drink out of copper. I want to show another device here, but I'm not going to do it now because I don't even know where it's at the moment. Anyway, so this thing here will produce hydrogen, and it'll alkalize your water. It'll take your 7 pH water and make it up to over 9. I kid you not. And it will blow the lid off this thing literally almost. I was worried this thing was going to break this bottle, crack it. Because it produces hydrogen. Hydrogen is under pressure, and it just keeps producing hydrogen. So what you want to do, I told you this before, but have a cup that this thing will fit into upside down. Okay. So you shake it up, and you'll see, you can watch the bubbles come off of it. And they'll come off of it like for several days. I haven't figured out exactly how long. I didn't continue to check this one, but let it sit, shake it up, get it going. You can watch the bubbles come off of it. Put a timer, half an hour. Turn it over, so the water goes down and only put either drink your water off of it right away, so the water is down below that thing. Drink it. That way it won't continue to produce hydrogen. The dampness will, but it'll dry out. It'll drip dry pretty quick, which it just did. So do that, and then you won't have to worry about wasting it. Number one, you won't be wasting it because I'm sure that it lasts less than a week. They say it'll last for 4,000 liters or something like that. Well, not if you let it sit there 24 hours a day, and it'll also watch this. Instead of that, it'll go like an explosion and slam this thing back to where there's a catch point there. I showed that before, but see, yeah, it won't just slam it back to that point. It'll like slam it back so hard, blow it up so fast that it'll blow it up. Now, the other one comes with a straw. I want to do that. I want to get it charged up and then flip the straw thing over and watch it because the straw goes down at the bottom, so it'll shoot water. I want to see how far it'll shoot. That's going to be fun. I need to do that. I need to do a video on that to show you. I need to get this thing charged up too, and show you that. And then when it's empty, they just do a little filter-related thing. Little envelope with 3 of them in there, about $15 maybe. I see it over there. You just buy a new thing, but you take these out and put them in. And you could probably take these out, and I might do that too. Put it in vinegar, and then put it back in here. See if it recharges, and if it continues to do it for another 3 days. Sorry, I'm talking too damn fast. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Just so blessed. So amazed, so blessed. One of the videos saying, you're not going to believe what's going to happen. I said, yeah, I can believe. I have a very strong faith, and I'll believe what's going to happen. But it'll be amazing. And I might say, this is I try to not let myself say the word because I made a point of, I have faith, I don't have to say unbelievable because I believe it. Like what's happening now in the physical world, in the medical world, in the alternative healing world, I've expected that for 20-some years, since 1997. 1999 anyway. 2001. 23, 24 years I've been expecting that. Things that are happening now, I said they were going to happen, because the Lord showed me 20-some years ago that was going to happen. A complete paradigm shift in the area of alternative health. The Father was going to give us free, inexpensive, and cheap ways to take care of our health. He's doing that. There's 100,000 videos out there about mitochondria. Your mitochondria are the little engines of your body. They make ATP. ATP is the fuel that runs your body. Mitochondria run the whole thing. So you can replenish those, rejuvenate, replenish, renew them, and restore them with food and with things you do. Exercise, which I'm not doing enough of. Hallelujah. Praising God. Grounding, earthing. Oh my gosh. Negative electricity. Most powerful thing on earth, and it's free. I mean, I just was elated when I figured that whole thing out. That was, I don't know, a long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. Anyway, yeah. I was telling my son, I said, reading something, I said, the second you're not grounded, you're dying. If you're not grounded, you're dying. Your body is breaking down. It's demineralizing, it's dying. He said, that's my youngest son, Isaac. He used to be very intuitive. I don't know how he is now, but he said, well, Dad, that means if you're grounded, you're lifening. I went, yeah, you're lifening. I like that. What a character. So anyway, grounding is beautiful. Like electrical things what are antioxidants? All these expensive things, blueberry and acai berry and all these different purple and blue things that have a lot of high antioxidant value. They're expensive to buy because they're expensive. But what are they? They're food-borne ways to deal with positive electrical charges in the human body. They're antioxidants because the oxygen, the ROS, the rodents of unusual size, ROUS, the random oxygen species, not random. Anyway, the free oxygen species that run around your body, that's what causes inflammation, that's what causes pain. you're grounded, you're not going to have inflammation. You're not going to have pain. Pretty simple. So, electrical charcoal. Charcoal's electrical. Activated charcoal has a negative charge. Zeolite has a negative charge. Honeycomb. Bentonite clay has an electrical charge, negative. It's a plate. That's why it's slippery. Slick, you know, it's like a credit card. There you go. That's why it's so slippery. They're stuck together. Okay, so slippery, very slippery. That's why it's so slippery. It's not on a greased doorknob. But the electrical charge, the negative charge is the flat sides. The positive charge is the edges. Same thing with honeycomb. Zeolite is a honeycomb, six-sided honeycomb structure, and so is activated charcoal. And again, you take 1 gram of charcoal, 1 gram of zeolite, 1 gram of bentonite clay, and you spread them out flat. So the flat surface, like the negative charge, is flat on the ground. You'll cover a football field with any of those 3 substances, probably other ones too. So very cool. One of the things I launched, there are all these prophets and prophetesses. I mean, telling you what, there's hundreds of them just coming out of the woodworks, you know, on YouTube. One of the gals said, "You have knowledge, and that's going to become valuable. People are going to be beating your door down for knowledge." I thought that for years. That's why, once I found out what was weird about me, the reason I was so sick, so different, I thought I was sick. You know, I thought there was something wrong with me, and I do have a sickness. Basically, it's called not random oxygen species. CPD, CLD, compulsive learning disorder. Kind of a funny way to put it. It's just another way of saying, you know, polymath. Polymath means many learners. It doesn't mean I'm smarter than anybody else. I'm not. I just like to read stuff. I suck information in, and then what I just read yesterday had something to do with what I read 40 years ago, and I remember that. So, ding, 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 connect the dots. A lot of what we're doing right now in the world is connecting dots. That's all it is, you know, big picture stuff. Connecting dots. Oh wow, yeah, this relates to that. And the other thing is the whole universe is related. You know, the whole universe is one big puzzle, but everything's connected. Everything is connected. Language is connected to science, is connected to math, connected to, you know, astronomy is connected to, you know, physics, connected to everything. So. Two people. Anybody else want to chime in? Who's out there? Nobody? All right, that's fine. Don't have to say anything. I actually did, but and 2 thumbs up. That's cool. So what I'm trying to do is, in the time I have between now and when I disappear from here, I think it's going to be disappear. I might show up later. I might not. I think I will somehow. Might be on a different venue. Might be on Patreon if I'm still up and running. I don't know. I've had a really beautiful Patreon presence. A friend helped me do it, and it was wonderful. Set up after the idea of the handcart, the Mormon handcart companies. For David Solomon, who wants to know, he asked me several times, "What do you think of the Book of Mormon? What's your opinion?" Ask me a specific question. Don't ask me what the opinion of the Bible is or opinion of the Book of Mormon. Anyway, kind of set up with one of the things in it. I had 4 tiers. One was the handcart company. People are going to come on foot. And there was watchtowers. People are going to have watch out. And I have one family that said they're going to build a watchtower, literal watchtower on their land, with a fire going 24 hours a day. Once shit hits the fan, you know, so people will know this is safe. Come in this direction, safe place. Welcome beam, welcome light. Along with LED inside of a PVC tube or a siding tube with a siding tube on it, but for Morse code, communication. And then another one was houses of healing, and then cities of refuge. So it had 4 tiers, beautiful pictures for each one of them, and a beautiful verbiage for each one of them. I don't know if it's still out there or not. I'd love to get that going. That would be awesome. That's a dream. That's a dream, people. And one of the videos I said, watched recently, this lady said, go back to the beginning. go back to your dream. Go back to your notes on your dream. I don't have any notes on my dream. I wrote a book about it. So, yeah, my vision is in a book form. How to Get Out of Babylon on wherever it is, Zulu.com. Download it free. There was a website. You get the website. I should put the link under here at my website, which used to be up. Now it's not, but you can still see it on webarchive.org. You know, Wayback Machine. You can still find it on there if you look hard. 2017, I think, is when it went down. So, she said, go back and read your notes. Well, I went back and rewrote my book. And I'm telling you what, oh my gosh. Yeah. Very powerful. Now, a friend of mine thought I mentioned Yemen in there. I didn't see any Yemen. James, I didn't find no Yemen in my book. Tell me what page it was on or what you saw there. I didn't see it. Anyway, I'm about running out of gas here. My voice is going. So 46 minutes. Oh, that's too much. Sorry to bore you people. So one time I met Galen. First time I met Galen Chadwick. He's a man that founded the Well-Fed Neighbor Alliance, WFNA, Well-Fed Neighbor Alliance. Our motto is, the best defense in hard times is a well-fed neighbor. That can go one of several ways. If your neighbor has a garden, he's a really well-fed person. He's not coming knocking on your door with a gun trying to take your food. Or if you're producing his food for him, he may just use his gun to defend you, you know, like Amish. Some people may be defending the Amish people because they grow food. Keep them alive, keep them going, you know. Don't let them be raped and pillaged, and especially when they don't want to defend themselves. Now, a few of them are pretty cool. It's different states. I'm nothing to do with anybody I know here. But a friend of mine was in Kentucky or Tennessee, and an Amish settlement went there. And the guy says, "Hey, come over here." Comes over to his house, you know, and opens this door, and he's full of high-powered, you know, I mean, like awesome assault rifles and high-powered weaponry, you know, high-dollar weaponry. And my friend looks at him and he goes like, "You're a pacifist." He goes, "Yeah, but you're not." Like, come over and take your pick. If things go down, come over and get your weaponry, whatever you need. Kill people for me. That's kind of funny, but I like it. You're not all stupid. I'm telling you what. I learned about freezer plates from one of them. I taught them about ceramics, beads, add them to paint. Insulate. Don't just paint. Paintsulate. Insulate with your paint. All right. Anyway, I have to shut up here. Hallelujah. Let's see if we can pull up here. Read a few things from a couple of messages over the last week or so, maybe, or sing a song. Sing a song. Read a book. Sing a song. Read a book. See a song. Read a book. Sing a song. Read a book. Stop arguing. 9 out of 10 voices in my head say, sing a song. No. You ever heard that one? 9 out of 10 voices in my head are saying, don't pull the trigger. Listen to those 9 voices, not the one voice. Oh. Some of these people. Andy Haddock, A-N-D-I, Haddock, H-A-D-D-O-C. Gal, this Christian girl is just, I mean, this one's pretty. You're about to meet your kingdom spouse physically for the first time. Wow, that one felt dead on. You're physically about to meet your kingdom spouse, and that's a term I haven't heard. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, you try to have your kids marry woman that's a homeschooled, home birthed, home educated, homeschooled person, but yeah, kingdom spouse is one I've probably heard it before, but it's showing up over and over and over again now. looking for something here. Don't worry about it. Show you these, man, screenshots of messages. What I'm looking for is screenshots of a hymn that I love. I don't think it was that long ago. The living language of water. Wow. Hundreds of years ago, water wasn't referred to as water. It was called the waters. It was considered living and sacred. The term "her waters broke" it is a distant memory of old knowledge trickling down through the ages. When a woman's pregnant, her waters break. But the living language of water might just open the floodgates again. Using her simple freezing technique, anybody in the world could do it. All it takes is a freezer and a petri to come on. Oh man, irritating. Anyway, Veda Austin. There you go. Researcher Veda Austin has been showing the world that water is visibly responsive not only to our thoughts and emotions, but to music, frequencies, words, healing, pictures, movies, even films. For someone sitting there watching Batman: The Dark Knight, and it did a Batman. It did a Batman thing. Just someone sitting on the couch next to him. The petri dish was in the water, listened to the thing, or saw it, looked at it, and did a Batman. This is one of the original books, you know, The Secret Life of Water. Well, he kind of showed that water was alive. Well, she's showing that it's not only alive, man. It's thinking. It has language, and she's showing that, proving that over and she does 50 repetitions. So 50 people around the world will do a symbol or whatever before she does before she considers it a hydroglyph, like not like hieroglyphics like in Egypt, but hydroglyphics, hydroglyph. She's a whole PDF file on hydroglyphs. So, okay, not what I was looking for. The king there in his beauty, without a veil is seen. It were a well-spent journey, though 7 deaths lay between. The Lamb with his fair army doth on Mount Zion stand, and glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. Found it. I just love this song. It's a poem written by Anne Ross Cousins. I don't know when, 1700, 1800, something like that. I don't even know. But it was based on the letters of Samuel Rutherford, written from a lot of them from prison. He was condemned to death. In fact, one of the verses is about that. He was summoned before Parliament to face a charge of high treason. They were going to execute him. And he wrote him back and said, "Hey, before your day arrive, I must answer a higher summons from a higher judge and a higher jury. And before I can get to your summons, I'll be where few kings and great nobles ever come. I'll be in heaven, you SOBs." It's often called "The Sands of Time Are Sinking" is the hymn, the 5 verse you see in 5 verse in your hymnal. It is often called Rutherford's hymn because in the last days of his life, the sainted hero, in answer to the question, "What think ye now of Christ?" made the following answer, which furnished the refrain of our hymn. "Oh, that all my brethren in the land may know what a master I have served, and what peace I have this day. I shall sleep in Christ, and when I wake, I'll be satisfied with his likeness." that's oxygenating too. Hydrogen water is so smooth. It's somebody said it feels round. It just feels so smooth. It's quieter when you're pouring it even. That's how weird it is. It's just not noisy. Quieter, I think. The king there in his beauty, without a veil is seen. It were a well-spent journey, though 7 deaths lay between. The Lamb with his fair army doth on Mount Zion stand, and glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. Wow. This man was something else, I'll tell you what. There the red rose of Sharon unfolds its heartsome bloom, and fills the air of heaven with ravishing perfume. Oh, to behold it blossom, while by its fragrance fanned, where glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. But flowers need night's darkness, the moonlight and the dew. So Christ from one who loved it, his shining oft withdrew. And then for cause of absence, my troubled soul I scanned, but glory shadeless shineth in Emmanuel's land. Wow. Hallelujah. I just praise God for everything he's doing. Mind-boggling, I'll put it that way. Not unbelievable, but mind-boggling. Not incredible, because incredible means not credible. I don't say that either. But I'll tell you what, stunning, majestic, mind-boggling, yeah. It boggles the mind. Awesome, stupendous, glorious, yeah. I get a lot of adjectives. It's like when you're talking about the beautiful earth, you know. Majestic, amazing, stupendous, complicated and yet simple. See, things are so beautiful and yet so simple. They're so beautiful, they're extravagant, they're bizarre, they're weird, and yet so simple. And that's why God is. And he does things, he's so simple. Very simple to see truth. Very hard to wrap your head around lies. But once you do, it's easier to convince someone that they've been. It's easier to fool someone than it is to convince them that they've been fooled. That's why it's so hard to get people to actually think with their own brain about the earth. It's so hard because we've been brainwashed. My friend had a daughter was going into first grade, and I said, I'm going to ask her a question. I said, "Hey, Haley, do you have a globe in your classroom?" "Yes, but when you get to third grade, you don't have one anymore." "Duh." You know, Stalin or Lenin or Hitler or one of them said, "Give me a child till he's 7, and a state will own him." Most people in this country are brainwashed by the time they're 7, completely brainwashed. Do what the government tells you to do. You know, pay your taxes, tithe. You know, watch the movie. What's that movie? Roddy Piper. They live. Yeah. Obey, buy, consume. You know, put them glasses on. You can see the truth. I need some flat Earth glasses. That's what we need. I'm sorry. Don't use that word. Sorry. Shut up. Anyway, think about it for 5 minutes. I was blown away by several things. I think I always wondered about, like, how did God flood the earth? How did he flood the Himalayas? How did he flood Mount Everest? Not possible, but it is possible. How does the lightning bolt? Okay, do you understand the Schumann resonance? People talk about Schumann resonance. They don't have a clue what the Schumann resonance is. Number one, it's not a Schumann resonance. Schumann resonance is about 6 of them. There's peaks. Okay, Schumann resonance 7.83 times per second. The energy of a lightning bolt goes around the Earth 7.83 times a second. How does that happen? How does it go on the Earth 15.2 times? How does it go 39 times? How does it go 56 times? How does it go 65 times? There are Schumann resonances. There's 6 Schumann resonances at least. Might be even more. But for energy, a lightning bolt to go around the Earth 60 times in 1 second. That's the same as our electricity, 60 hertz. Okay, 60 times in 1 second. How does that work? You know, there's a vacuum out there. There's a vacuum of empty black space. You know, infinite space, and clouds and how does that happen? Really easy. It's inside a dome. John, my friend, had a refrigerant can, you know, from work. They'd use it for target practice, hang it up and shoot. Well, his daughter shot it with an AR-15 or 22, I don't know which, but the bullet penetrated. She shot it right at the edge, and it zing, 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 and caught the bullet inside. But she shot it just at the right angle that it went in, penetrated, and then zinged around. That's what a lightning bolt does, 6, 7, 8 times a second. Zing. Tell me how that happens with a vacuum. I mean, it's so simple, so majestic, so beautiful, so stupendous. Why is the aurora borealis green? Why is that? And sometimes it's purple and red and blue and yellow and orange. Why is that? What are the colors of the noble gases? What happens when you run electricity through noble gas? Xenon, neon light, xenon light, krypton light. I can't even remember them all. My friend Bill's wife, she was a good chemist, I'll tell you what. Willie was a drunkard, but Willie is no more, because what Willie thought was H2O was H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Took a swig of sulfuric acid. Willie's dead now. Willie was a drunkard, but he didn't pay attention to that it was H2SO4, not just H2O. Anyway, krypton, xenon, neon, argon. There's a couple of weird new ones. They're called noble gas. They light up. When electricity hits them, they light up. That's why they're lighter too. Hydrogen is the lightest gas in the world. Lights up a certain color, you know. That's why sunsets are different colors: purple, red, orange, yellow. Noble gases, electrified. But my point is this. Go back to my point. Why are the aurora borealis primarily green? Why is that? Other than the fact that whatever that gas is very, very light. I bet it's hydrogen. Anyway, that's the question. What gas lights up green? Wow, I gotta find that one out. But let me tell you this: read Book of Revelation. Talk about the throne of God. The throne of God is surrounded by an emerald light. Duh. Makes sense? Anybody that believes in the Bible? Maybe you could say I don't believe in the Bible. Well, God made a mistake. God's dumb. God doesn't know science. The Bible doesn't know science. The Bible's stupid. In fact, the guy that helped to write the Logos Bible software, Michael S. Heiser, the man that wrote this book, one of the most important books ever written, in the Portent. I'm reading the Portent right now. Portent. It's that book. Next volume 2. There's a third one out too. I just started watching a movie. It pulled up, The Unseen Realm. Look it up on YouTube. It's a documentary about the unseen realm. I watched about maybe 10 or 15 minutes of it, and I just was tired. I didn't watch the rest of it. But I thought it was weird. Corbin Burnson is on, one of the Hollywood actors is on there. He's a Christian. And then some theologian guy. But Heiser helped write the software for the Logos Bible software. You pay $1,000 for the software. $1,000, people. $1,000 for software so you can study the Bible. The Hebrew and Greek and everything. And in that software, there is the depiction of the what the Bible teaches the earth looks like. What the Bible teaches the earth looks like. I'll pull up here in a second. I kid you not. Look it up yourself. Logos Bible software depiction of the earth. Schematic of the earth. Notice I didn't say flat earth. I did not say flat earth. screenshot it. Just for shits, grins, and giggles, people. All right, here we go. That is what Michael S. Heiser says that the Bible teaches the earth looks like. That's it. Okay, that's not a good depiction of it. There's better ones, but that's the great deep, the firmament, waters above the firmament. You know, when Noah's flood happened, God opened up the windows in the heavens and dumped some of the water off there into the earth. Didn't dump it all, because David in Psalm 148:4 says there were waters above the heavens still in David's day. So called God. He screwed up. David was dumb. David didn't know science. That's what Heiser says, though. He admits that is exactly what the Bible teaches. That is what in a schematic. That's what the Bible teaches. Waters, firmament, dome, solid rakia expanse. You look at the Hebrew, it's a solid beaten expanse. People in Colorado, 12,000 feet of cattle ranch up there, somebody they can see it with their naked eye at night. People are going to photograph it. I'm telling you. Sorry, I'm on a little bit of a rant here. Just interesting to me. It's fascinating to me because it's so simple and so complicated, so amazingly scientifically sound and proven over and over again. Will be proven over and over again. And yet people are like, no, the Earth is moving in space. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm on a sermon here. Okay, sorry. Go back to my first thought though. Okay, Heiser says we now know that the Bible is wrong because science has proven it wrong. Really? I don't think so. So I just was covering in the portent. He just talks about that. The fact that, well, he doesn't have a problem with aliens because, whatever. Anyway, the reasoning was the same. In fact, I turned the page down and marked it so I could go grab it. It's not right here. Yeah, it is right here. It amazes me how someone that intelligent can be that dumb. He doesn't hold. Okay, the Bible. He said in this book. This guy Brian, this theologian Brian, is Michael Heiser in the book. Okay, I don't know why he's spewing all this stuff out because man, scary shit. I'm telling you what, extremely scary shit. His argument here is that he doesn't hold the Bible writers to science because they didn't. God said things to the writers of the Bible. What he wanted. He spoke to them in there, and they wrote it down in there with their own thinking at that time. He said, "I don't hold them to be scientifically accurate. I don't care about that because they weren't writing to be scientifically accurate." So that's his argument. So I think he's wrong in most cases. But the offspring of those unions in first one Enoch were giants, and they were violent, killing, even eating people. Jesus say, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. And that's going to be a scary thing. Nephilim coming back out from under the earth. Anyway, that is an interesting take. Well, the Bible's wrong because science has proven it wrong. Let me give you an example, okay? About 18-something, I remember what the year was, 1882, something like that. Two men, Michelson and Morley, okay, concocted an experiment to split a beam of light and reflect it up into space and then back up and then back down. And they were going to determine with this experiment, there was a rotating table and they would split the light beam and come back down. They could measure the Earth's velocity in space. Now, the entire scientific world, you cannot deny this, the entire scientific world was waiting. They knew they had advertised this was going to happen. How they're going to do it. Everybody understood what they were going to do. They understand what it was going to prove. They was going to prove that the Earth was moving in space. It was going to prove that. That's going to calculate the Earth's velocity in space. That's what it was going to calculate. And everybody knew. Every scientist in the world understood what was going on. I just plugged it in. Set the battery low. Every single scientist in the world understood what was going to happen. They ran the experiment. Guess what? Zero velocity. They ran it again. Guess what? Zero. They ran it 200 times. Zero velocity. Then Michelson came up with another guy, not Michelson Gale. And they changed a little bit. They did it again. They did another 200 times. Well, however many times. Zero velocity. No, the Earth is not moving in space. So guess who comes to the fore? Comes to the save the scientific community? Alfred Einstein. This is why Alfred Einstein was worshipped. Not because he was smart, not because he was brain, not because he was original, because he stole most of his stuff, most of his work. He was not original. He had a lot of wise-sounding sayings, but so does Churchill and Roosevelt and people like that. And Abraham Lincoln had some wise sayings because they're evil men, but you have no idea how evil. But they had some wise sayings. So that doesn't mean they're good people. So Churchill to boot, I'm telling you. Franklin Roosevelt, absolutely. Abraham Lincoln, yep. Tyrants in their own, every one of them tyrants and evil. Unbelievable evil. Churchill, this is so disgusting to me. One of the greatest, we'll fight, Sorry, I'm just stunned by the immense evil in the world, and yet spouted by such nice-sounding people. I mean, one thing Einstein said was that the world will not be destroyed by evil people. It will be destroyed because of men who stood by and allowed evil people to destroy it. Good people. Because there's that stupid saying that says, evil triumph when good men do nothing. Men that stand by in the face of evil are not good men. I'm sorry. So that saying has a fallacy. It is a fallacy, If you think you're a good man, you're letting evil triumph. You're not a good man. You're complicit with evil. Which is what Einstein said. So Einstein was a scumbag, a lowlife, a fornicating, adulterating, bad guy, a plagiarist, stole a lot of stuff, stole other people's papers, published them under his own name. Anyway, Einstein saved the scientific world. That's why he's so worshipped so highly. He said, well, velocity, it's irrelevant. It's relative. Earth's velocity is relative. He just wrote this paper and blew smoke up everybody's ass, and that was it. The theory of relativity. When you have a theory, 9 times out of 10, it's not true. I don't know. What's a theory that's a real fact? The theory, Westcott Hort theory of the New Testament criticism, bullshit. Not true. That the older manuscripts, didn't have this. That's added later. No. It's a theory that was never proven and is not true. Period. And which, oh, by the way, I could prove that. I'm not just saying it. I studied that so intensely. I felt like I could go up against anybody in the world, any professor in the world, and win the argument if it was stuck to the facts, including Gordon Fee, who was the only person at the time you could, do a textual criticism doctorate under degree under thesis, write a thesis under. There's only one guy left that you could do it because everybody else had been promoted to the level of incompetence, meaning head of the seminaries or Broward College. So Einstein had the theory of relativity. It was not true. The theory of gravity, not true. Theory, not true. Never proven. Can't be proven because it ain't true. Anyway, okay, I'm about running out of gas here. Sorry about that. Sorry all the people that hate me because I think the earth is flat. But let me tell you this. Take 10 minutes. Take 1 hour. Get online and do some study on your own with your own brain. Don't think with the brain you've been brainwashed with. Your brain has been washed clean, and you're thinking with your own brain. Force yourself to think with your own brain. Force yourself to look at the pictures with your own eyes. Find a picture of a real satellite. Find a picture in space. Find a picture of a satellite. You can't do it. It doesn't exist. You think they're up there. Okay, you've been told they're up there, but find a picture of one, an actual photograph of one. No. Find a actual photograph of the Earth from space. You cannot do it. There does not exist one. They're artist renditions. Been admitted by the guy that did them. did some of them. So, if they went to the moon, why can't we take pictures of the stuff that they left on the junk they left on the moon, the lunar lander and the lunar command capsule they left there? You know, they left a bunch of crap there. You should be able to see it with a decent camera. The Nikon P900, you should be able to see it. Olympus, whatever it is. P900. You should be able to see the crap they left on the moon. Can't do it. Remember the pictures of Earthrise? Earth rising on the horizon over the moon that they sent back to Earth? Yeah, right. Okay, let me ask you a simple question. You can do this on your own. Go out at 10 o'clock at night when the moon's up. Take a picture of it. Full moon. Take a picture of it. Go out 2 hours later. Take another picture of it. Take 2 hours later. Take another picture of it. Go out 2 hours. Throughout a night, take 4 pictures of the moon and then compare them. And you'll see the moon is rolling. It's a wheel in the sky. It's rolling. The same face of the moon always faces the Earth. Always faces the Earth. The Earth is never going around the moon. The moon is always rotating like that face is always facing the Earth. When could the Earth be coming up on the horizon when it's always facing, the moon is always facing the Earth? Send me a personal photograph of the stuff that you see on the moon. The lunar lander, that Willie's Jeep that they brought up there. They couldn't. There's enough room in that capsule to crawl a guy through there, but they had a Willie's Jeep in that thing. Look at it. It's a Willie's Jeep, and the capsule looks like it was made by a tweaker, a meth addicted tweaker in L.A. You know, aluminum foil and curtain rods all over it. Yeah. And that got through space? I don't think so. Anyway. Shut up. Hey. I think I'm stupid, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, I'll sing you a song. I love this song. There you go. They say I am a dreamer, blind and cannot see. The things I believe in won't stand reality. Well, if that's the way I am, then Lord, won't you stand by me? I only want to be like the man from Galilee. They say I am an idiot, blind and cannot see. The things I believe in won't stand the globe reality. Well, if that's the way I am, then Lord, won't you stand by me? The things I believe in won't stand. I just want to be like the man from Galilee. Carpenter's son that knew the truth. Yeah. Anyway, good night. My voice is gone. Anyway, that's way over time. I mean, way over time. Bang, bang. Stream interrupted. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to say anything on there? Your Yahoo. Shalom, shalom. Shalomy, homie. God bless. All right. God bless everybody. I'm going to sign off here, and I don't think I'm going to get back on because my boat's gone. I wanted to talk about the facade a little bit. I'll do that some other time. All right. I did a little bit about him anyway, so. Michael S. Heiser, The Facade and the Portent. And I don't know what the third one is, but there is a third book. The Unseen Realm is a book. Yeah, I got that book. Hardback, actually. And then he's got a video on YouTube, The Unseen Realm. I'll put that link for that on there too. So, all right. And I'll put a link for the hydrogen bottle too. Okay, bye-bye. God bless.